Happy full moon, whānau. I'm excited for this one, probably because I'm a Leo, but the moon is full in Leo. It is in its fullest. I think if you're in Aotearoa, or at least Tamaki Makaurau, Auckland, it goes full at 5:56 a.m, so just before 6 tomorrow. Yeah, I'm excited for this one because Leo is super, super playful. It also governs the heart space and tapping into the inner child. Also, Leo has to do with the ego and identity as well. So yeah, those are, I guess, the general topics, but we'll see what source or spirit has for us, the collective, in light of this Leo full moon. Source, spirit, what guidance do you have for us, the collective, in light of this Leo full moon? Okay, so first up we have dwarves and gnomes. I love this card, it's really cute. This energy kind of speaks of really, really connecting to earth, and to me this makes sense because when we're connecting to our heart, there's literally no way we can connect to our heart unless we're actually connecting to earth itself and to nature, because our heart's desires are actually rooted and really connected to the earth being that we exist here. So this is really deep encouragement for us within light of this full moon, and I guess moving into this next season, the next 4 weeks, to really connect to earth and connect to our ancestors within the earth as well. This card really speaks to me on the spirits of the earth and the protection, the abundance that comes from the earth, especially if we're in communion or connection with earth and nature, and in harmony with earth and nature as best as possible. So maybe it's important for us in this moon to look at how our heart's desires align up with the earth, and I'm kind of getting like how they complement each other. So I guess how these two factors, our heart's desires and even the tapping into the desires of the earth, because we can tap into that if we just sit and listen, looking at how those two things match up and how they pair together and how we can, I guess, move forward within our heart's desires a little bit deeper. This is also a card of protection, which I think I just mentioned. Yeah, so a lot of ancestors and earth spirits, I guess, at the moment willing to help us out with our heart's desires and help us out with general protection. This card is also a card of deep, deep confidence within your own existence and within knowing that you're protected. And so it's important for us to move forward knowing that we're protected and guided, that we're here for a reason, whether it's a small reason, whether it's a big reason, doesn't really matter. And also looking at ourselves as part of the bigger picture. When I look at this dwarf or this earth spirit, I also, I guess, see the cosmos behind them, and that is reminding us that we're not alone, that there's a whole other existence out there, and that we're all connected to. And so also our ancestors in other places are also reminding us in this full moon that they're connecting with us and wanting to listen to our heart's desires, wanting to help us with our general confidence and how we connect to earth in general and nature. We have the village card at the base of the deck. So this is kind of speaking on a lot of changes that are happening. There's still a lot of shifts that are happening within the collective, so, and within the earth. Shifts that affect us, shifts that maybe affect others more than they affect us, or affect us more than they affect others. But there are some big changes that are happening, and so I guess because the earth is still going through a lot of shifts and releasing, and even an attempt to restructure itself, we also kind of can mimic these energies as well. So we might personally be going through a lot of big shifts and changes within our lives, and it's important for us to not resist them. When the village card comes out, what is being lost, and what is gone, and there's no reclaiming that. Like, if you look at this card, it's pretty hectic. So it's important for us to accept. I also hear that source saying, like, it's important for us to accept the chaos that is a part of Earth realm, that is a part of life as well. There's always a balance between the peace and the chaos. And so allowing whatever needs to play out within our lives and also collectively. And even though there is this energy happening around us, we can still be in this energy, which is just rooted, grounded, connected to the earth, connected to our ancestors and source elsewhere. I also am hearing, if you're into astrology or interested in astrology or stars, navigation, cosmology, or your own like indigenous or cultural traditions when it comes to navigating astrology or the stars or the sky or anything around that, it's a really good time to tap into that a little bit deeper. If you are wanting to look deeper into your birth chart, I feel like it's a really good time to look at I'm hearing your earth placements, so Capricorn, Virgo, what's the other one? Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, and also Leo. So if you don't really know how to read, you don't really need to know how to read a chart to do this. You can just go on to like any website and look up your natal chart and look your astrology. Oh my gosh, I can't speak. Your astrology, your natal chart, and look up, I guess you would look up your placements, and they're usually like descriptions that are already written there for you. So yeah, Leo and all earth signs, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, and looking at what transits your chart is moving through might be really important. Yeah, let's see what else source has. Source, what other guidance and affirmation do you have for us, the collective, in light of this Leo full moon? Source, spirit, what? It's too much. Source, spirit, what guidance do you have for us? Okay. So we have Pombagita, or it says female, feminine version of Eshu. So Pombagita is the, which I speak on all the time, is the Orisha of the crossroads. She is apparently the more feminine embodiment, so she's very, very sensual and connected to her senses and her body and sex, and is also very, very playful and flirtatious. But that energy and that fiery energy is actually what clears the path and brings and draws and magnetizes an opportunity. And I talk about this a lot, being in that connection to your body, or being really connected to your senses and what you're craving or desiring in general. And again, your heart's desires, what your heart is longing for. And so I think it's also important for us in this moon to look at what our heart is longing for, and embody that kind of energy in order to magnetize that our heart's longings to us. The more that we are playful, the more that we are tapping into our heart and our inner child, and keeping an open eye out for certain opportunity or things that we're desiring, the more that it magnetizes to us. So if we're not being playful or living in that energy of our inner child, or cultivating the things that we love within our space, within our friendships, within our connections already, it kind of makes it a lot more difficult to magnetize the things that we are trying to draw in. So for example, if you're wanting something within your life, say you're wanting a new home or a new space, if you're not treating the space that you have right now in the way that you would treat the space that you're actually desiring, your heart's actually calling for, then the universe is kind of, or source or your ancestors kind of don't take those signals, because you're not actually showing them that that's actually what your heart is desiring. Hope that makes sense. So yeah, for example, if you're wanting a new house or space, make sure that you're looking after your home now and having a play in your home now, because that will magnetize what you're already calling forth. And you can do that with everything and anything, really. So yeah, I also feel like Source is calling us to open our hearts up a little bit more in connection and play with other people. So this is encouraging you to have a little flirt. This does suggest not jumping into things too soon. So I wouldn't just like go get fully invested in a relationship or even a contract or agreement or any sort of partnership. This is not... Pompagita doesn't make hasty decisions. As much as she is fiery and quick in magnetizing what she wants, she's also very, or it's the embodiment of wisdom in terms of making those decisions. And she draws those opportunities to her so she can flirt with them and flirt with those different doors, and then decide actually what door do I want to invest in. Yeah, we also have Elegba, can also be known as Eshu, but Elegba is the crossroad itself. So there's a lot of opportunity that is available to us and is opening up to us with this moon. And so I guess Source is really wanting us to be in the playfulness of our heart and the playfulness of Leo energy, so that we can bring forth all this opportunity and love that is aligned with who we actually are. Amidst the big change, amidst the chaos, amidst different structures being brought down within our hearts, within our minds, within the bigger systems as well. Yeah, and I think in doing all of this, it's important for us, going back to this card, to just, yeah, be rooted in ourselves, rooted in earth, remembering that it's not just us, because I think sometimes the ego can make it seem like our problems or our issues or the things that we're wanting and desiring are the only things that exist. So I think it's also important for us to keep things in a balance in that way, and especially with this Leo energy. But I think Source is really encouraging us to have a play this full moon. So yeah, I'm encouraging you to do something that really opens up your heart today or in the week. Really connect with your heart space and your inner child, and have a dance, have a flirt with someone that you really like, and yeah, see what comes from it. So yeah, sending heaps of love to everyone in this full moon, and I hope that everyone has a beautiful day.